Here's a company that I'm surprised is still in business. Slash. Like, I swear to God, that company can't get a fair shake.
I know. I really do wish all the best for Gigi, and I've liked a few of their boards. I really have liked a few of their boards. So it just
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel that they're all either dead or stiff and dead.
I liked the straight. I thought the straight was super good. And then before, I forget what they either call it now or called it, but the Paxson, the year that it had the tiger graphic, I thought it was super good. I liked it a lot.
Did that become the ATV?
No, ATV's been a consistent because that's Gigi's like pro model more or less.
How did the Paxson became something?
What did it become? It was because it was their flat and the Spectrum.
That's it.
Yeah, it went from being the Paxson to the Spectrum, and when it went Spectrum, it went fucking stiff as shit for some reason. And it was like a slightly softer than mid flex.
Is that microphone falling down?
Yeah, it is. Is it in frame? Maybe just a little bit.
No, it was. The catalog is actually fucking atrocious.
Yeah, the catalog is. It's so
weird.
hard to follow
because it's like every page is. It's like they doubled every page.
Yeah.
So
the digital catalog did not upload well, and then like half of them I couldn't figure out what the model name was.
Well, I was able to figure that out. So the Spectrum, which is page 10, got totally overhauled, and it's got camber, a new chassis, and carbon underfoot on it.
Yep.
So, for those of you that are following along, you can always just hop over to the catalog and check that out.
Happy Place went to a dark graphic.
Well, maybe it's a depressed Happy Place.
Maybe. Which is funny because then the first thing it says is enter Euphoria with a skull graphic.
Well, these things happen. So, but yeah, the Spectrum. It's weird. They beefed up the board. I was like,
yeah, which
that board was already stiff.
Yeah, it's already pretty gnarly.
But I love that they call it a carbon bonbon layup of carbon. It's like carbon bonbon layup of carbon fiber stringers underfoot. Like, how much fucking carbon are you putting into this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
carbon bon.
Yep. Let's say that 5 times fast. And it's got beach stringers in there from tip to tail too.
Which beach is gnarly. That's a aggressive wood. Like that was when the on the yes side when the greats / when it was just called the ASIM was its stiffest was when they had beach rails but just behind the sidewall. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it was stiff. It was aggressive. So like I don't understand this board.
Here's the real question. What the fuck ever happened to Johnny Paxson?
It's a great question.
Yeah. So, anyways, then they've got a new model called the Portal, which is a pow twin on page 36 and 37.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is unique in itself. Like, I was looking at this going, just trying to wrap my head around it because it's something new. Like, it's got that weird like pseudo blunt with the cutout in there, and it kind of reminds me of like a Smokin or something with that shape, and which is ironic because we're going to Smokin right after this. And it's got backseat camber, which is going to be great because when you load that back seat, that nose is going to elevate.
I really want to ride it.
Yeah, it's 2 of us, but no one knows who the fuck's distributing them anymore.
Yeah,
so
I don't know who to even talk to about straight.
You gotta love the fact that the Nidecker brothers were like, "You are done.
Yeah, I know.
Goodbye. We're gonna go buy every other brand."
Where are they being made? You have any idea?
I heard Austria, but could be wrong on that. Maybe they're coming out of the Kyle factory or something.
I don't know if as far as my knowledge is concerned, no, they're not.
Then,
from what I've been told about
Kyle.
Someone
told me maybe it was like Poland was making them. So would that be the Noble factory? I don't know.
If you know the Slash person, get them to contact us.
Yes, please let them.
Because I would like to ride their stuff. I've had some good times on their stuff in the past, so I would love to see what they got going on now. The Aurora was one of the most interesting boards I've been on in a long time because of the way that they designed that it's a camber dominant rocker camber. And the way they designed it was they designed it with 2 camber zones connected by a rocker zone instead of a rocker zone between the feet with camber outside the feet. So just the way you approach that from a design standpoint and all the math and everything just makes it drive totally different, and it drives foot independent. And then just with the way that they had it constructed before Nidecker sold them, so I don't know if it's the same construction anymore, but
Well, I don't think Nidecker sold them. I think they just said they'd stop funding them.
or maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Whatever it was,
Yeah.
when Nidecker released them,
Back in
that was one of the most interesting boards I'd ridden in a long time. So I would love to get back on that to see if it's still that case, because I didn't really get a chance to be on it for long enough to really give a full review or to get a really true idea of what was going on. But it was a few laps I got on it. It was interesting. So I'd love to get back on it.
I don't know, man. There's so many boards on the market that I'm like, if I have a bad experience across the whole line, I'm like, oh, you're fucking dead to me.
Just with all new ownership, all new everything.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to see you get back on.
I'd really like to test them out.
Yeah.
And then next up we have Smokin, which the cool story for Smokin for 2020 is they have an officially licensed Hosoi hammerhead shape, which we've seen other brands do it. Rome. In there. And Christian Hosoi is friends with Smokin J, so this was a cool thing to see, and it's basically a pillow monster just with the Hosoi shape to it. Then,
well, there's the 2 of them. There's the Hooligan Hosoi, and then there's the Pillow Monster Hosoi.
Yeah, I should say that there is 2 of them. I forgot that. So you've got like your Jib Hosoi hammerhead, your Parky one, and then you've got your Powder Freeride one, which, you know, damn thing's been out like what 2 weeks, and I've already had someone be like asking me all sorts of questions on it. I'm like, dude, it's fucking literally been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And his response was, well, I know you ride stuff early for people.
Not that early, not that fast.
It's literally been out for 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Like, calm your shit, man. I got stuff to do here. On page 11, though, the Big Wig got a new directional shape to it.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Now, the big thing to note with Smokin is Jay is always perfecting his processes to make his boards better. And in the last few years, in my opinion, these have been some of the best boards he's made.
Yeah, the finishing quality is just skyrocketed.
Yeah, and they bought all new equipment and did all new presses and stuff this year. And was talking with the local rep, and he had worked for Honda for years. And he was like, Jay, if we could pump out like 300 Hondas in a day, you should be able to pump out like these many snowboards. Just fire people if they suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's cool. They gave it a new Park Flex pattern and unique mellow swallowtail. So they took what was cool about, which you got to love the fact that you can't even tell it's a swallowtail because they put black and white photo with a black and white graphic. So I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you can't even see the tail profile literally at all.
I mean, for all I know, it could be a dick and balls going on down there.
Could be.
Yeah.
The one that I found super interesting was the KT22.
Yeah.
Went to it's like a twin freeride board-ish now.
Well, it's
a directional core in a twin shape, and it was more of a true directional board before, didn't it? Used to be?
No, it's actually had that shape for a little while. Yeah, so
okay.
I've ridden that a few times.
I thought that was new. I thought
no.
The way I read it, it made it sound like it was new for that shape.
Yeah. Then, you got your Hooligan Hosoi on page 12, your Hosoi Pillow Monster on page 17, but the regular Pillow Monster got an overhaul, and you can see that on page 16. Basically, what they're doing is going for that unique one-of-a-kind shape, unproven to be unsinkable. It's got a powerful, they gave it directional early rise, so basically it's a directional cam rocker, so when you load the camber, the nose is going to activate and raise up a little bit. So, it is what it is. That was a new board last year. I did not get a chance to ride that, and I got to email Jay and get on that. I do find it funny that he uses radial side cuts.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me too much. But I really want to ride that Hosoi Pillow Monster more than anything.
Definitely. In the regular size. I don't really want to ride the short fat.
you'll ride what you get and you'll like it, and that's it. But other than that, no, the graphics looked really good this year too.
Yeah, they do.
They just looked way more refined for a Smokin. You know, it's like Jay's finally becoming more of an adult, and
Realizing he's probably going to sell a lot more boards if his graphics are more palatable to the general public.
yeah. I do find the funny thing that the Buck Furton graphic is out of Smokin on the base, and I'm like, it's just super funny. Like, I love the story of old Buck and his pro model and his quad corking, and I also love that there's a typo on that page.
Was there?
Oh yeah, it's our coker instead of rocker camber. It's our coker. But yeah, Smokin is definitely an underrated brand in my opinion. Like Jay makes some interesting shapes and stuff, and I've ridden his boards for.
I like the team line. I think that's really cool.
How everyone's got their own unique
everyone's
shape.
actually got their own shape to
so
it.
page 8, if you go there, you can see how everyone. I'm stoked to see like my friend Fancy has a pro model. Like I've known her. It's cool to see that Lane Knack is still getting one, and Colin Langlois, Langlois, I don't know, it's French, is on there. I've ridden the Shomo before, and that was literally one of the softest boards it was just like such a weird flex pattern on that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it. But yeah, the tip shapes too. That's the other thing, is like his tip shapes have all changed. If you look at him, like the Buck's got like that weird nipple, like it's a blunt with a nipple on it.
Right.
And then the big wig, you know, it's got like more of that like.
It just adds perceived value, not having basic rounded tips or basic looking tips. Like when you've got a little bit more complicated shapes and stuff, like it just looks better. It looks better on the wall.
Right.
So I'm stoked on that. Like, yeah, and that just again speaks to their finish quality. They're just able to actually put out that kind of shape nowadays, and it actually comes out and looks good. So I'm pumped on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive into the next one. Let's take a look at our favorite little ski brand, Rosinal.
Yeah.